Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is PandaJam here, and I'm making a public service announcement about why you Call of Duty players who are hopefully watching this should play TF2. Now, this isn't a video where I'm just gonna shit on Call of Duty and say how bad it is, how it sucks. No, I'm just gonna raise some factual points that I've come up with, and hopefully change your mind about Team Fortress 2 if you haven't been converted already. Anywho, this video, I'm not gonna throw up any gameplay footage. I'm sorry for that. I'm just gonna throw up. I'm gonna hopefully throw up some picture or something of PandaJam or whatever for you to look at. My point in this video is for you to just listen, kind of throw it up in the background while you do something else. Yeah. So anyway, let's continue. The biggest points I want to raise is balance, map design, life expectancy, and price. Now we're going to start with balance because that's the most easy to talk about. Now the balance in Team Fortress 2 is way better than Call of Duty, and I'm going to explain to you why. I'm going to prove to you. Now in Call of Duty, most guns do, enough damage that 3 to 5 shots will kill most of the time on all the guns at any range. So that means that a sniper set up at one point will have a pretty good chance of dying to a person with a pistol halfway across the map. And you can't say you haven't seen this done before, because I know. I've seen it. It happens all the time. I do it. And so that is not balanced. The Call of Duty prides itself in being realistic, with air quotes over realistic, but it really isn't. So, once again, I'm not shitting on Call of Duty. I'm trying to point out the facts that, yes, it's very unbalanced in terms of guns. Basically, I'm going to use the analogy of rock, paper, scissors. Call of Duty, rock beats everything, scissors beats everything, and paper beats everything. Everyone is overpowered, and everyone has an equal chance of killing each other. Whereas in Team Fortress 2, it's more like the regular rock, paper, scissors, where you always have something you have a strength in, like you're strong against, and something you're weak against. So it's always kept balanced. And balance is a very big problem in video games. Now, map design. That's another big point. The map design in Call of Duty is less than stellar. I'm talking about choke points and cover here. You know what I'm talking about. If you've ever played Call of Duty, there's always those places where you just go if you want to get a kill, because someone's always there. It's always choked up to that point where someone needs to come through that area. And you know that, and it's called the high traffic areas, and you go there to shoot someone. Whereas in Team Fortress 2, it's more open. There are small choke points, but you get past them in seconds. And if you can't, then there's always a way around it. TF2, Valve, who makes TF2, have spent a lot of time designing their maps in a way that's balanced and fair. So there are places where you can kind of exploit an angle on something, but it can easily be taken out. Whatever you're doing, your strategy can easily be taken down by a well-established and communicative team. So, and like I was saying in Call of Duty, there's head glitching. If you're not familiar with the term head glitching, is basically your head, the top of your head is the only thing visible to your enemy on one side of the cover, but to you it looks like your whole gun sticking out, and you can shoot at whoever you want with very little chance of getting shot. And that's just annoying. And I feel like most of the cover, personally, I feel like most of the cover in Call of Duty can be exploited in this way. And it's kind of crap. I'm just disappointed in that. But back off of my personal opinion, TF2 is way more open in terms, like, in Call of Duty, if you step out into the open, you're freaking dead. That's another problem with damage in guns. But in Team Fortress 2, if you step out into the open, unless there's a very good sniper who can hit you while you're moving, you're pretty much safe. You can pretty much traverse. You can't come close to people, though. That's still a problem, but kind of duh. And the last point, or second to last point I want to raise, is life expectancy. In Team Fortress 2, you always spawn in one area. You have blue spawn and red spawn, and you'll always spawn there no matter what. Now, you might say, well, doesn't that mean people can spawn camp you? Yes, if your team is doing absolutely horrible, that means you should probably leave the server, but still, if your team's doing absolutely horrible and the other team's doing very good, then they will destroy you and spawn. But you could just leave or organize your team, depending on how you want to come at it and how you play your game. But those spawns actually help with spawn camping, because in Call of Duty, anyone can be a spawn camper. The spawn is so amazing, I'm going to say sarcastically, that someone always has a chance, if you know the spawn points on the map, which after a few playthroughs on the map, you can easily learn them. If you know the spawn points, then you can easily go where your teammates aren't to those spawn points and just wait for someone to come. That's pretty crap. Like the life expectancy in TF2, I'm going to say is about a minute. Compared to Call of Duty is probably averaged off to 20 seconds. I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. These aren't concrete facts, but from my personal experience, and I'm not bad at Call of Duty. I always go positive kill death, not that that matters, but some people that means something. I always go positive KD, and I always try and do whatever I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like, if you're playing, I always try and play domination, because it doesn't really matter how many kills you get. It's about capturing the point. So, yeah, in Team Fortress, you always spawn there, and you'll always have a safe area to be. And you can hang out there, you know? If you need to, I don't know, scratch your nose or go to the bathroom, whatever. It's just nice. It's just a nice idea. My last point I want to raise is the price range. Now, the price range on TF2 is kind of high at free. I say that sarcastically, of course. Free is, you can't beat free. It's completely free. And no, there's no pay to win. It's one of those free-to-play games where there's no play to win, and it's just balanced and amazing. Call of Duty is $60. Some people are fine with paying that, but some people don't have the money for that. So, you know, that raises an issue there. And then they release map packs, whereas all the maps in TF2 are free. You just download them. And that's that. Like, how can you go wrong with free as opposed to $60 and then $15 more if you want to play new maps? Now, Call of Duty consistently does this every year, and people consistently buy it. So, I guess they're doing something right. But I recommend to you, as a game player, as someone who plays first-person shooters, I would definitely go with Team Fortress. I'm sorry, you just can't beat the price. In that aspect, anyway. And something I forgot to mention, the classes in Team Fortress 2 are way, I'm going to say, way more drastically different than in Call of Duty. In Call of Duty, you have, you know, one of 5 different types of guns, and they all do pretty much the same amount of damage, except for sniper rifles, of course. This isn't like totally concrete, but you know what I'm talking about. And they're not super drastically different. Whereas in Team Fortress 2, classes are so different. Like an engineer has his main objective as an engineer is to help his team by building teleporters, things that dispense ammo and health, and sentry guns to kill the enemy. So he has a defense and offense kind of gameplay. Whereas a medic is, of course, you heal people, and you're trying to heal people and keep your team alive so you guys don't get ruined. And those playstyles are totally different. And they're just, if you don't like playing as one thing, you can switch to another. Now, if you're a Call of Duty player, which I hope you are, and you're considering switching over to TF2, or even if you're not, I would recommend Soldier when you finally try TF2, which I hope this video will change your mind about trying. Come on, guys, it's free. And it can run on basically anything. It can run on XP computers, it can run on whatever. If you have a computer, I'm pretty sure it can run on it. You can't really make that argument that, oh, I don't have a powerful enough PC. But if you're new to TF2, I would play as Soldier or maybe Medic. Probably not Medic, excuse me. Play as Soldier or Scout. And I know most people will go, oh, no, don't use Scout because it'll turn you off. But yes, use Scout. It's the only way to get used to the weird aiming that's, well, it's not weird, but it's weird in comparison to Call of Duty. There's no aim down sights, and you're shooting at this point in the center of your screen. So there's no super accurate, no one's super accurate. The only way you can be accurate is with skill. Call of Duty helps you. There is an aim assist, and even if you turn it off, there's a minor aim assist. Just because most people play on console, and you have to have that, otherwise no one would hit anything. In Team Fortress 2, on the other hand, there's no help. You have to hit what you're aiming at. And you have to aim at what you're trying to hit. So, as a scout, you have a shotgun, which is a little forgiving, but not very. And since you move fast, it's kind of hard to hit while moving fast. But if you wanna get up your aim, that's the best way to do it. But the class I would most recommend is Soldier, because no one's relying on you to really do anything. Team Fortress is based on teamwork, that's why it's in the name. If your medic's not healing, people are gonna die. If your heavy's not shooting at people, you might get killed by someone who should have been dead otherwise. If your engineer's not building stuff, your team won't be as mobile, they can't teleport around the map, and they can't hold a point if there's no sentry gun on it. Whereas a soldier and a scout, they're not really relied upon to do anything. It's basically the COD mentality of you're a lone wolf and you're trying to kill people. And Call of Duty is you're basically all lone wolves on a team. There's really no way to do teamwork, and you can make an argument however you want, but the thing that comes down to is Team Fortress 2, it's real teamwork. You kind of have to rely on each other in order to win. And most people would shy away from that if you're coming from Call of Duty. Why should I have to trust this person I don't know, this idiot over the internet who doesn't know what he's doing? And the answer is, most people know what they're doing if they're playing Team Fortress 2. And the ones that don't, like I said, you want to play Soldier. And if someone's screwing up as a certain class, if you're a spy and you're not disabling the engineer's buildings, which is his main thing, then someone else will probably switch to that spy class and get it done. Most of the time, the games you play are very balanced and fun. And if you play a soldier, you'll learn quickly how to aim in the game and kind of what everything's about, without having to be a detriment to your team. So, that's basically all I have to say. Thank you for watching, and if you're a Call of Duty player, which I hope you are if you're watching this video, and you're not just a Team Fortress 2 person trying to confirm that this game is good. If you're a Call of Duty player, please download Team Fortress 2 in Steam. You will get addicted. That's my only warning. And just try it out. Just give it a try, guys. I'm saying this because it's a more rewarding game. I'm not saying it's a better game, because that might raise some controversy, but I will say, personally, it's a more rewarding game for you. Call of Duty is about 5 minutes of good and an hour of being pissed off. Whereas Team Fortress 2, you're always kind of hovering at that, oh, this is kind of fun. You're always hovering at that level, and if you're doing good, you can get a lot of fun out of it. And it's definitely a game worth getting good at. Thank you once again for watching, and please, please try this, all you Call of Duty players out there. Thank you, and goodbye.